Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Ow!
Greetings, people of Earth, and welcome to the Third Floor Podcast. How we all doing tonight? What's up, folks? What a crazy week, huh? Absolutely crazy week. And not just in sports, but in everything else. How we all doing, man? Glad to see you all. Got a few things to get out of the way, and then we're going to get on with our show, our Mystery Yankee. And then we're going to talk third baseman. I got 4 guys lined up at third base. I'm going to bring it to you. Show you some amazing ball players. That's how we're going to do this. We're sticking to the kind of the who's on first script, if you haven't noticed yet. We did second. That's what? I don't know. He's on third. So each week we'll have another one, and we're going to keep it going. But we're going to start every show off with the Mystery Yankee. And that's where I'll put a picture up for a couple seconds, let you take a look at it, put your guesses in the comments. And in the meantime, while you're trying to figure out who the Mystery Yankee is, we'll do our wild card. And it's just a random Yankee out of the past that probably most of you no one even heard of, and somehow became part of Yankee lore. And we always remember certain Yankees in the past and even now for certain things that they do. And it's not as much as they're playing. It's, I don't know. You'll see. We got two very interesting Yankees tonight. Our mystery Yankee is really. He was with the Yankees for a little while, but I had sour grapes when this particular guy came on. But so what you do is, and then we'll go from there. And while you're, like I said, I'll pick a random guy, and that's like we did the Steve Balboni thing and stuff like that. So. What else we got? Yeah, look, this tonight's show is, look, if you're into statistics, if you're into the history of the game, if you don't know a lot about the game, you want to know about the game, this is the place to be, because I'm going to lay it down to you. I'm going to show you the stats, everything in front of you, give you my opinion on all these ball players, why I have them there, why I'm using these guys. Now, if you tuned in a couple weeks ago when I did Juan Soto versus, what I did is I found 4 guys that, they want to compare him, and I put him up against 4 guys, but I didn't do career. I only went 8 years. Soto's just starting his 9th year, so the cutoff was 8. I picked 4 guys, went to their 8-year careers, and laid it out for you. If you haven't seen that show, you might want to check out the Juan Soto versus show. Speaking of our buddy, it seems like our buddy had a little, whatchamacallit, how do you put it,
Fucking bitch! And complain! And fucking bitch! Fuck it!
That's what Soto did last week. He had a little Brokeback Mountain moment. Look, like I said, if you haven't seen the Juan Soto versus show, I beg you to watch it, especially the end. Look, I prove my point more and more each time this guy goes on the field or he opens his mouth, okay? Dude, you're 16 games in, man. You're 16 games in and you're talking shit already. You're talking shit like you missed the Yankees. Dude, I don't know what to fucking tell you, man. You had your fucking opportunity. You're the one that left fucking town. You're the one that cashed it in. Okay? So don't be out there fucking telling people that, I had the best hitter in baseball behind me. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, okay. And fuck all that. What did I tell you about it? You should have left fucking New York, dude. Get the fuck out of New York. Get away from it. But no, you chose to stick around. Now you put your fucking foot in it. Good luck, Met fans. Have fun. Enjoy him. I know I'm going to wallow in it, man, and I'll keep on it because this cat, man, he's just proving my point. Just proving my point. And like I said, if you didn't see the Juan Soto versus, go watch it, and you'll understand what I'm fucking talking about. The guy he's fucking worthless. He's a fucking headline. That's all he is. Worthless. Worthless. Oh, Jesus. He really gets me. He really gets me. Because he fucking just pisses me off to the point where, it's just total bullshit. That this guy signed it, dude, we're not talking millions and millions of dollars in the fucking contract. We're talking a fucking personal suite and a couple other things. What does that tell you? What is he, fucking David Lee Roth from Van Halen? No fucking brown M&Ms? What the fuck are we talking about? I want this private thing. Dude, you got enough fucking money, go buy your own fucking thing. Fuck, man. Dude. Baseball, get a fucking grip. It's your fault that this is all happening because you just let these guys fucking sign these fucking contracts that are never going to get fucking paid. We'll all be dead and gone by the time they're done paying Shohei and now this fucking knucklehead. Jesus Christ. Meanwhile, you got fucking Judge over across town. What's he batting? 4 after today's game? What? He's batting 403, something like that. And if I was Pete Alonso, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, boy. Oh boy. Oh, that would have been a fucking moment in the fucking locker room. I guarantee you that. Fucking around like that. That's fucking horseshit, man. That's horseshit. But see, here I go again on a fucking Juan Soto rant. All right, I'm done with the fucking Juan Soto. Fuck Juan Soto. He ain't gonna ruin my mood for this fucking show because this show is loaded. All right, and again, kudos to Johnny Basement, boom, for the idea that started all this, which led to another idea, and I'll get to that in a minute too, because we got another show coming up on top of this show that we got. I'm still putting it together. It is absolutely insane, and I'll get to that in a moment. But first, we got to pay some bills. So, hold on. We'll get. Let's. There you go with that. And then come over here, back to here. All right. Just put that up real quick. If you, again, same rant every time. If you could help the show, a cup of coffee, we really appreciate it. There's PayPal, Pat, and Cash App. Check out the links in the descriptions. There's W Energy Drinks, Reaper Apparel. Got my wife's designer handbags in there. We also got Bowser Bros Painting is in there. Just go in there and check out the description. There's plenty of links in there to plenty of savings. And again, there's links in there for us. If you could help us out, we appreciate it. Like I said, it's just a cup of coffee. So if you could scan one of those or whatever, just if you could help us, we appreciate it. Because there's a lot behind the scenes here. There's a lot that goes into this. And the fucking research. Because I want to bring you everything. I want to make sure that my presentation, what I'm fucking talking about, because this is all my opinion, and I'm an expert at my own opinion, but it isn't an easy sell when you're talking players, comparing players to players now, comparing players. It's just all over. Whatever sport it is. This just happens to be baseball season. That's why we're doing this. But yeah, I'm taking the Yankee route because I'm a Yankee fucking fan. So that fucking makes sense, right? Okay. With that being said, that's a hell of an ad. I'm talking sponsors here. We're still talking that. But yes, if you could help us out, like I said, a cup of coffee, we really appreciate it. Like I said, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes here, and got to pay the rent. All right. So let's see where we're at right here. Mr. Yankee. Okay, before we get to the Mr. Yankee, let's talk for a second here. What we're going to do on top of this show, like I said, I think our next position we're going to do who. Okay, we're going to do who's on first. We're going to do who. So next show will be 4 first basemen. You'll see the theme from tonight's show and the Juan Soto show. You'll see I'm using players of the past. Because if you're going to talk about certain players and certain guys, you got to know the history of this game. And it seems like everybody has forgotten what's happened past, like, what happened before 1970, 1975, or mid-60s. People forget, it's like there's a cutoff all of a sudden because, I don't know, people just don't want to go back, or they just want to stay in current times. But it's very, very important to understand this game, to understand the players that pioneered this game, the guys who, I mean, I put the photos up. When I put photos up tonight, wait, look at these guys' gloves that they're using. Look how they're dressed. Look at their uniforms. I mean, just amazing stuff. All right. So I beg you, stay in here, hang out, live chats up, get in the comments. YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the bell, subscribe, all that other happy horse shit. Rumble, follow, and like. Hey, I found out now on Rumble. Hey, customers, they finally did an upgrade there to help us out. So now, if you're watching on TV, yes, you can click up and give a thumbs up on the TV. There's no follow yet, but the thumbs up definitely helps. So put the thumbs up there. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll fucking love you for that. All right? Growing audience. It's growing fast, man. So let's hang in there, all right? So hang in there with us. All right? Like I said, you want stats. We're going to bring you stats. We're going to bring you history of this game. We're also going to where did it go? Jesus, there it is. What we're going to do after, in between the position players, and I mentioned it on the last one, there is no greatest player in history. There is no greatest player in baseball. And I'm going to tell you why. That's the title of the show, and I'll leave it at that. I started the research on it. It's intense. It's really intense. All right. So I think I covered everything. Just go into the descriptions for anything else. Live chat's up, like I said. Chat away. I'm here. I'll respond. No problem. All right, let's get going here. Our Mystery Yankee. Are we ready? I'm going to put a picture of a Yankee up for a couple seconds, take it down, and then we're going to take a journey down, I don't know. We'll call it the unknown Yankee. Okay, we got a mystery Yankee and an unknown Yankee. There, you were here to hear history made. We just made up what we're calling this part of the show. All right, so here we go. And buckle up, people. Like she said in the beginning, it's going to be a long, bumpy ride. And now my cat wants out. So hold on one second while I let the cat out. I love it on live. When you're live, it's great, ain't it? Good. Oh, the interruptions. Oh, how was that? That was pretty cool. Nothing like being live. That's why we like being live instead of taping. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever comes out of my fucking mouth comes out of my mouth. All right, here we go. Mystery Yankee. All right, there you go. And in the meantime, let's take a walk down and find out who are the unknown Yankee, a guy from the past that played for the Yankees for a while, but like I said, not a lot of people have heard of him. Some people probably didn't even know him. It's not hard to be a Yankee fan and forget about guys. Trust me. But this guy was interesting. I like this guy. He was pretty cool, and he was around playing in a cool time. I was actually at a game with my uncle in '76. It was September '76 because they were getting ready to go to the World Series against Cincinnati and get swept. But it was '76, and in '77, the Toronto Blue Jays were going to be the expansion team, and they had that weird type of draft. So the Yankee fans designated this guy. They designated this guy to be the guy who the Yankees fans wanted to send to Toronto. And I was there the night they started the chant. Otto to Toronto. Otto Velez. Anybody ever heard of him? Otto Velez? Absolute classic Yankee. Let's bring up his numbers and stuff. Otto Velez. Otto to Toronto Velez. 6 foot, 170 pounds. I didn't know he was that big. He was born in Puerto Rico, played right field. He was a DH, and spent a little time at first base, batted right, threw right. And he wore number 24. Very interesting. And from 1973 to 1976, he played for the Yankees. 1977 to 1982, he went to Toronto. Wow, the Yankee fans were right. Your voices were heard. Steinbrenner reacted to the fans. They sent Otto to Toronto. Yeah, Otto to Toronto. Yeah, the Blue Jays till 82, and he finished his career with the Indians in 83. Yeah, I don't know why I put this up twice. But anyway, that's the kind of guy. That's what happens when you're stoned, people, and you're doing tickers. He only played in 637 games, 2,174 plate appearances, 1,802 at-bats, 244 runs scored, 452 hits in his career. That's not too bad for 600 games. 87 doubles, 11 triples, 78 home runs. Yes, he had a little pop. 272 RBIs, not too bad for 600 games. 6 stolen bases, 10 caught stealing, not known for his footwork. 336 walks. He got on base, but he also struck out a lot. 414 for a 251 average. A 369 on base, a 441 slug, an 810 OPS. 795 total bases. He turned 41 double plays. He was hit by 11 pitches. 9 sacrifice bunts, 16 sacrifice flies, 17 intentional walks, and a partridge in a pear tree. Here's his defense, 320 games. 2,407 and a third innings, 846 chances, 790 putouts, 37 assists, 19 errors. That is pretty damn good. 24 double plays for a 978 fielding. That's not too bad. He didn't show up in the playoffs, like I said, and I'm pretty sure that's why the majority of Yankee fans wanted to send him up north, which they wound up doing. Absolutely love that picture of him in the old Yankee Stadium with the facade behind him. That's such a beautiful photo. Yeah. And off to Toronto went Otto to Toronto Velez. Yeah, again, one of those kind of Yankees he was cool, dude. He was cool. I mean, he got hits and stuff. He was fun to watch. Good defense. You know, he roamed center field. Not too bad. And he popped in there at DH once in a while. Yeah. Kind of a unique lore of Yankee legends to be an Otto fan. Otto Velez, or unknown Yankee of the past, just to kind of bring up in between the time that I left you to guess about our mystery Yankee. So let's get back to our mystery Yankee. What do you say? Otto to Toronto. Thank you, Otto. All right, here we go. Our mystery Yankee. Where's the pictures? Nope. That's saggy tits. Our mystery Yankee, Aurelio Rodriguez. Don't remember him? Come on. This is the guy that they got when they sent Nettles to the Padres. This was supposed to be the new Nettles of the team. Well, that didn't work out. It didn't make me very fucking happy. I can tell you that. But there was a lot of shit going on in New York in the 80s, as we all know. Nettles wrote that book, Balls, and it was pretty much over after that. So, yes, Aurelio Rodriguez. Let's look at Aurelio, our mystery Yankee, third baseman. He was born in Mexico. He's a little guy for a third baseman, 5'10". You know, throws right, bats right. War number 27. Catfish Hunter was already gone. 1967, he started his career. 1967 to 69, he played with the California Angels. 1970, he played with 2 teams, the Angels for 17. Then he went on to Washington for 142 games. 71 to 79, the Tigers swept him up, and that's when his career started to take off. He was looking promising. By 1980, he was traded. He played for 2 teams. He played for the Padres for 89, and then was traded to the Yankees for Nettles and played 52 games for the Yankees. 1981, he played the season for the Yankees. 1982, he went to the White Sox. 1983, he played for two teams, Baltimore for 45 games, and the White Sox, again, back with the White Sox there for 22 games. He had 2,017 games in his career, 7,085 plate appearances, 6,611 at-bats, 612 runs scored, 1,570 hits, 287 doubles, 46 triples, 124 homers, 648 runs batted in, 35 stolen bases, 31 caught, 324 walks, 943 strikeouts. Woo! That's not making contact. For a 2.37 average. Wow. And on an on-base percentage under 300 to 275. He had a slug at 351 for a combined of 626 OPS. 2,321 total bases, 167 ground into double plays, hit by the pitch 27 times, 82 sacrifice bunts. That's weird for him. 34 sacrifice flies, and 37 intentional walks. Let's see how he did in the postseason. 1972, in the ALCS versus the A's, Oakland wins the series 3-2. He was on the losing end. 1980, ACLS, New York Yankees versus the Royals. KC sweeps the Yankees 3-0. Thank you for showing up, Aurelio. Appreciate you. In 1981, he was still hanging out with us. ALCS again. The New York Yankees versus Oakland. The Yankees win the series this time. 3-1, 3-0. However, they go on to play in the World Series and get knocked off 4-2 by the LA Dodgers. Ain't that nice? 1983, White Sox versus Baltimore. And the Chicago White Sox lose the series 3-1. 14 games that totals. He played in 14 postseason games, 37 plate appearances, 34 at-bats, 1 run scored, 7 hits, 1 double, no triples, no homers, no RBIs, no stolen bases, no caught stealing. Walked 3 times, struck out 4 times, batted .206 in his postseason career for a .270 on-base percentage, .235 slug, and a .560 OPS. 8 total bases. No ground into double plays, no hit by pitch, no sacrifice hits, no sacrifice flies, 3 intentional walks. How did he do with the glove? Let's see how he did with the glove here. This is defense is 14 games, 93 in the 3rd inning, 34 chances, 7 putouts, 25 assists, 2 errors, 2 double plays for a .941 fielding percentage in the postseason. In his career at third base, let's see how he did there. We have 2,015 games. 1,994 in the 3rd innings, 5,947 chances over at the hot corner, 1,562 putouts, 4,207 assists, 218 errors, 421 double plays turned, and that comes at the .964 fielding percentage. Now, that comes under, if you remember from the last show when we were doing the second baseman, that I had told you that I think anything above .970 is exceptional. When you get any higher than that, you're really getting into like elite, and if you get any higher in the high 90s, that's fucking saying something. I think we got a guy tonight. I think it was tonight. I've researched so many fucking players, people. I even set a criteria for tonight. I set a criteria for all of it. Trust me. To keep it all combined to make sure we're all on the same page here and you understand where we're coming from. Getting back to Aurelio here. Like I said, our mystery Yankee. He hung out with us for a while. Like I said, there's his numbers. Not too good, not too flashy. He was just Aurelio Rodriguez. Like I said, and then he went on to play with the White Sox twice, which is weird. But yeah, he came over from the Padres because he left. There was a whole lot of craziness going on with Nettles He wasn't getting a lot of playing time. He was hurt, and he wasn't happy. There was a changing of the helm. So much happened, and it just led to Nettles' demise in New York. Nettles did not leave New York on good terms, which is very unfortunate. I wasn't happy about that. But hey, he went on to San Diego, and Goose Gossage followed, and they wound up in the World Series. They got beat. I believe it was the Tigers that destroyed them. That was the Tigers' incredible. What did they go? 32-6 to start the season or something. That was crazy season. We'll have to take a look at that year. But there's Aurelio Rodriguez, our mystery Yankee, getting it down, getting it on. All right. So now let's move on with the main portion of our show. I don't know. Oh, he's on third. Yes, let's start our third baseman. We'll run that down. And
Oh, look, it's break time.
break time. Good call. Who called that? That's excellent. Excellent timing. Good transition point. So we got to do the breakdown. Break time. Break time.
You better give up them cigarettes, buddy, or the groundhogs will be bringing you your mail. Know what I mean?
I know what you mean, Vern. All right. All right, what am I doing here? What am I doing?
Come on! Quit stalling!
Not stalling, I'm lost. Here we go. All right, third baseman. We're going to start off with. Now, when we get into these numbers, oh my God, these fucking numbers. Some of these numbers, when I was reading them, I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were human numbers. Wait till you get a load of some of these numbers, folks. Seriously. So if you're ready, let's get into this, man, because we got a lot of show. So I got to stop fucking around and get into it. But hey, Otto Velez, Aurelio Rodriguez, come on. Not a bad opening. All right? Just goes to show that we don't have favoritism. We're not showing you all the top graded. Well, I'm showing you guys that just had a cup of coffee in New York. However, they're due their honor. They wore the pinstripes. Oh, that's some good shit. All right, Pie. Where we at? Pie Trainer. Pie Trainer started his career in 1920. There we go. Harold Pie Trainer, third baseman. Excuse me. That was a hell of a hit, folks. Whoo! All right, where am I at? Born in Pittsburgh. There we go. 1920 to 1937. Pirates, 17 years, one team, 1,941 games, 8,298 plate appearances, 7,559 at-bats, 1,183 runs scored, 2,416 hits, 371 doubles, 106 164 triples, 58 home runs. That little side note there. Definitely not known for the long ball, but look at that career average at 320, 362 on base, 435 slug, a 797 OPS, 3,289 total bases, grounded into 47 double plays in his career. You heard the numbers in the beginning, right? And you saw that stat go by. I was dying in between. 31 hit by pitches. 231 sacrifice hits. Sacrifice flies are not a stat yet. So I had to put these in there so you understand. 19 intentional walks. 1924 was the first year the intentional walk became a stat. Before that, they didn't keep it. Here's his defensive numbers. These are insane. 6,410 chances, 2,390 putouts, 3,672 assists, 348 errors, 318 double plays, 946 though. MVP voting 12 times, 6th in 1928. Let's take a look at his postseason. Now, one thing I want to share here, and when I do these postseason numbers, when we look at these guys, we see their career numbers are absolutely off the fucking chart. It's like they're not even fucking human with these numbers that they're putting up. All right, but here's the important part: pay attention to these postseason numbers on all of these four. Okay. Pie Trainer, postseason. 1925, World Series versus Washington. Pirates win the World Series 4-3. 1927 World Series versus Murderers Row, New York Yankees. Yankees sweep that series 4-0. That season wasn't even fair to baseball. We're going to do a whole special on Murderers Row. Trust me on that one. He played in 11 postseason games, 45 plate appearances, 41 at-bats. He scored 3 runs, had 12 hits, 1 double, 2 triples, 1 homer, 4 RBIs, 1 stolen base, didn't get caught stealing, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts for a 293 average. Not too bad, but we're talking Pie Trainer. And again, those are alright postseason. I mean, he was only, in a couple games, like we said, but still in all. I mean, not expected that. However, with the glove, though, his defense in 11 games in 95 and 2/3 innings, 39 chances, 11 putouts, 27 assists, 1 error, 3 double plays for a 974 in the postseason. So his glove came alive in the postseason, but his bat was mediocre. We're going to be fair. Now, as a player manager from 1934 to 1939, 6 years player manager, 34 to 37. Sorry about the wait. You got that. He had 457 wins, 406 losses for a 530 win-loss percentage, and there was also 5 ties. Managed 868 games, and he had 3 ejections. So Pie was a little bit of a hothead, but that's how it was. There was a lot of player managers. Basically, your best ball player was your manager. He ran the roost. That's pretty much how it was, and it saved money for the team. You throw them a couple extra bucks to head the shit. And again, like we're talking baseball, it's endless of what we could do. We could do a show just on player managers. Matter of fact, write it down. We're gonna do a show on player managers. I just keep committing myself to more and more fucking research. So remember, PayPal, Cash App, help us out so we can keep this going here. All right. Pie Trainer. Again, I'm only seeing them through highlights and photos of what was actually available back then. Very limited. But like I said, his this is pretty much the only action shot I could find of Pie. Looking at the form there, he's going the opposite way for sure. You can tell by the way he's looking at the ball. Very interesting. I was an opposite field hitter from the right side. I throw left-handed. I'm left-handed, but I bat from the right side. I taught myself how to hit from the left side. But anyway, it's interesting. The swing coming across, but look at his body. He apparently Well, not apparently, he did, just like I would do. You'd lean into it, bring the arms across, and leave the hips right there. And I'm going to tell you, 9.5 out of 10 times, the back foot comes up when you're going the opposite way. It was a centrical part to it. But yeah, so that's a really cool picture. I like that one of them. And this one over here, the Big League Chew Gum, I could imagine if you had the real one, what it would be worth. Um, Again, just a phenomenal player, incredible hitter. His biography is out there if you want to read it. You know, I read segments of it. I did a lot of research, read a lot on this guy, everybody on the show could be a show. All right, you know, and I'm limited it down to as much as I could talk about it and sell them to you and let you know. Hey, when we start talking about great ball players, we got to remember these guys. These guys set the bar. And as you could see with some of these guys and some of their stats, there's a high bar. 12 times considered for MVP of the year. And his highest was fourth, like I said. So, I mean, that's phenomenal, man. That is just incredible. And as his numbers are rolling by, I mean, and then the other thing, the longevity. One team, 17 years in one team. Now, that's dedication. You're going to notice a tread on these four guys and their longevity with one team. There's a couple guys here that they're going to impress you. It is impressive for one player to stay with one ball club, regardless of the times. It's just a rarity. Not a lot of guys like that. But yeah, that's our first guy, Pie Trainer. Who, like I said, just one of those great players, man. Yep. Wrong keyboard. I'd like, you know, look, I got a keyboard here. Okay. I got a keyboard here. And I got a keyboard here. Okay. I got a mouse here that's operating two monitors. I got the main one that I hardly ever hit the first time. And then I got this one over here for this monitor over here. Monitor. TV. Or whatever the fuck. Imagine doing all this stoned. All right. Not bad, though. Hey, hang in there. We're moving on. Pie Trainer. Yeah, like I said, those numbers are insane. And it gets better, folks. Wait till we see this next guy's numbers. All right. Again, another one of the elite ball players from the past. Some of you heard of, maybe you haven't. Eddie Matthews. Here we go, folks. It's all in the numbers, man. Eddie Matthews, 6'1", 190. 190. Wow, that's a big dude, man. Texarkana, Texas. LaJoya. All right, he bats left and throws right. There you go. Bats left, throws right. There's a ton of them in baseball. Award number 41 for 17 years. 17-year career. 2,391 games. 10,101 plate appearances. 8,537 at bats. 1,509 runs scored. 2,315 hits. Another one of the 2,300 club. 354 doubles. 72 triples. 512 home runs. 1,453 RBIs. Even stole 68 bases. 1,444 walks, 1,487 strikeouts. 271 on his career there. Hey, coming in with 4,349 total bases, he grounded into 123 double plays. Man, that is fucking phenomenal, man. 27 hit by pitches, 36 sacrifice bunts, 58 sacrifice flies, 142 intentional walks. Look at these numbers, folks. Defense, 2,345 games. 20,283 and two-third innings, 7,664 chances. Holy shit, 313 errors. I forgot about all these numbers. 444 double plays turned, and he comes in at a 955. With those numbers, 950. You've seen the numbers. I mean, the numbers kill him. He's, with the 9 to get to the 970 mark. So, hey, but still, all man, wow. Wow, man. These guys are for real, man. And you think we got ball players now? Imagine going to the ballpark then. And what you were seeing these guys for? 50 cents? $1? $1.50? Holy shit, man. Let's see how Eddie did in the postseason. Here we go. Postseason numbers for Eddie Matthews. Bam. Postseason 1957 World Series, Milwaukee Braves versus the Yankees. Braves win 4-3. 1958 World Series, Braves again against the Yankees. Yankees win this one, 4-3. 1968 Tigers versus St. Louis Cardinals, World Series. Detroit, that was a big year for them, 68. That was the Danny McClain year. 32 wins, 37 wins. I don't know, Christ, 32 wins I think he had that year. Detroit won that series 4-3. Postseason career, 16 games, 66 plate appearances, 50 at-bats, 7 runs scored, 10 hits. 10 hits, 50 at-bats, 5 doubles, no triples, 1 homer, 1 stolen base. Oh my God, I forgot to put up. I do have. Hold on, I'll give you his RBIs. I forgot to put his RBIs up there. I apologize. 17 strikeouts, and his postseason average was 200. Okay, that's the Mendoza line. I explained that in the last one. 200. 200 and under, that's the Mendoza line. All right. Just phenomenal numbers here, man. His career is 1952 to Boston Braves, 1953 to 1965 when they moved to Milwaukee. He was a Brave. In 1966, when they moved to Atlanta, he was a Brave. In 1967 is when he finally left the Braves and played for the Astros for 101 games, and then moved to the Tigers for 36 games. And in 1968, he played with the Tigers, called it quits. Eddie Matthews, again, just insane numbers. Just insane numbers. His RBIs postseason. Yeah, see, grab the wrong fucking mouse again. Postseason RBIs. How did I miss that? It's not hard to believe. Eddie Matthews had seven RBIs. All right, so the trend is starting. You're starting to see these numbers are kind of low. And this cat was in 3 World Series. He had 50 at-bats, only got 10 hits. So you can see where we're going with this, all right? So even these guys struggle in the postseason. And mostly here, it was because of the pitching that they were up against. Flat out. I'm just going to tell you that's not even a fucking argument. These guys who were shut down with these numbers here that you're seeing where these guys were kind of shut down during their postseason runs, it's not shocking and it's not surprising if you knew who the pitching competition was, which is a whole nother aspect of this whole thing, which is a whole different another show concept, which I ain't even thinking about because I ain't even done with the fucking regular players yet. We only done 2. We got 7. We got 6 more to go, right? Yeah, 6 more to go. So anyway, yeah, Eddie only drove in 7 in the postseason, but Eddie Matthews, our second third baseman in the show. So what we'll do here, we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take a little break, bring you a little entertainment. So what I want to do right now, hold on, fuck you, mother. All right, Jesus, man. All right, let's do this. All right, let's have a little fun here. So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna take a commercial break. You don't mind, right? Enjoy this commercial break.
All right, we're up 15. We got this game won.
Yeah, you guys are buying a light beer from Miller.
Yeah! Slice Philly!
One out to go. Yeah, what can he do to his mouth?
Hey, keep the change. Here's Rodney!
Any pinch hitters left? Here I am.
Come on, Lee!
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, wait a minute. This game isn't over yet.
Oh man, that's a trip down memory lane. So that's a little bit of a blast in the past. A couple greats in there, man. Oh my goodness gracious, Rodney, Billy Martin, oh Jesus, endless, Dick Butkus, Deacon Jones. Oh, the list goes on in that one. That was like one of the all-star commercials that they did. That was a fun one. While we're at it, I also found this one. I think you'll like this one. This one is really cool. By the way, the videos I'm using, I'll put in the descriptions courtesy of, and I'll put their links in there so you can enjoy them too. Maybe follow them on X as well. That'll be in the descriptions. I'll have to put a separate description in there for video credits. I'll do that after the show. In the meantime, let's check this one out. Let's see here. How do I do that? Doodar. Oh, there we go. How about Babe Ruth? Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig taking some back. Listen to the sound when they make contact. You may hear this.
Oh, he leaned on another one. There it goes.
There it goes. Lou.
Is Lou Gehrig up during practice?
It's cool, man. That's some cool stuff. I think it is. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. If you were here last week, we had flying Babe Ruth. We had Babe Ruth flying. Okay, one more, and then we'll get back to the show. I think this one's cool. All right, this one needs a little explanation, and it is, how do I put it? This one's kind of quick, so let me do this. All right. What this is this is Babe Ruth being hit by a pitch, but watch what he does to the pitcher. You're not going to see this in today's game, and this can only be done by one guy, and that's Babe Ruth. Watch, you'll understand. I might have to play this one a couple times because it's that cool. He fucking wipes it off, looks at him, claps his hands. Let's go. Let's play some baseball. One more time. Okay. Watch. Oh, Bam. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Let's go. No batting helmet, no batting gloves. Just just Bambino just roaring it down, man. Oh, that's so cool. Only Babe. Only the Babe. Well, that's why he's the Babe, right? All right, here we go. All right, back to our regularly scheduled chat. No, I like throwing that stuff in there. I hope you guys enjoy it, man. I know I have fun looking for them and figuring out which one I want to put in there. You know. All right, we're moving on. This next guy, I'm sure if you like baseball, you know who this guy is. But one thing you probably never knew about him, one thing you probably never knew about this cat was his numbers. And we're going to go inside and out on his numbers. Because this is truly and honestly, folks, and I mean this in full sincerity, this was one of the greatest living ball players. And this guy was probably, if not, one of the greatest third basemen ever to play the game. And again, pay attention to the numbers, okay? Pay attention to the numbers here, especially with this guy. Pay attention. All right? So, alrighty. If you're just tuning in, I don't know if you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, wherever you're watching me from, just put in the chat how much your gas prices are. That's all I want. Okay? Oh, and hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Hit the follow while you're here. All right? Just go into chat, go into the comments, live chat or whatever. I just want to know your gas prices. I'm here in Berkeley, California, and it's over $5. We're paying like $5.09, $5.10 for gas. So if you're just joining in, just finding us here, take a quick second, like it, sub it, follow, and put a comment in. How much are you paying for gas? All right. All right. Next player up, like I said, probably one of the greatest third basemen, if not the greatest third baseman. He was known as the human vacuum, idolized by many. Brooks Robinson, Baltimore Orioles. Bam. Here we go, man. This cat is loaded with fucking numbers. He is loaded with stats. Hold on to your seats. Brooks Robinson, third base, 6'1", 180. Born in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's awesome. 1955 to 1977, Baltimore Orioles. 23 years, one team. Phew! Come on, man. That is beyond dedication. 2,896 games, 11,782 plate appearances, 10,654 at bats, 1,232 runs scored, 2,848 hits, 482 doubles, 68 triples, 268 homers, 1,357 RBIs, even stole 28 bases, caught 22 times, 860 walks, struck out 990 times for a 267 career average. 401 slugging and a 723 OPS, 4,270 total bases, grounded in 297 double plays, hit by 53 pitches, 101 sacrifice bunts by this guy, okay? 114 sacrifice flies. And they walked him 120 times. His defense, 16 gold gloves, 2,900 games, 2,583 innings, 9,196 chances, 2,712 putouts, 6,220 assists, 264 errors, 621 double plays, and he is right there, my friends. Now you know why I say 270 is the number. Because of this guy. This fucking guy right here. The human vacuum out of fucking Little Rock, Arkansas. Brooks Robinson. Come on, man. Don't believe me? Go, I dare you. Go watch any fucking highlight film of this guy. Holy shit. But yeah, he comes in at the 971. And that's, again, folks, now you know why I base all of the defense that I talk about at that 970 career number. Okay, now let's move along here with Brooks, because this is just him in the regular season. Now you're going to see why and what happened and how he got to. Hold on. I thought I wrote this down. I didn't. Give me one. Hold on there. Hold on 1 second. I don't even know if I included this one. Okay, along with those 16 gold gloves that Brooks Robinson earned, he was an MVP candidate 12 times. Okay. In 1964, his MVP year, he led the league in RBIs with 118 RBIs that year. He had 194 hits. 28 homers that year. Batted .317 that year. Had a slugging percentage of .521 that year. His OPS that year was .889. His on base was .368. Holy crap. I mean, look at these numbers. 319 total bases. Unbelievable. And he led the league in sacrifice flies with 10. That was 1964, his MVP year. Okay? Previous to his MVP year, we have 3. He was 1960. Finished third. 1960. Finishes third. 1961. 19. Okay? Now, 1964, when he won the MVP. 1965, finished third in MVP. 1966, finished second in MVP. Well, what about later in his career? How about as late as 1971, he finishes fourth in MVP voting? Let's see. His numbers on years that he wasn't, I could. There you go. Baseball. We could do an MVP show. Holy Christ! Being who had numbers better than these numbers? But there you go. He had 668 at bats in 1961. 1961, 668 at bats, 192 hits, 61 RBIs. He only hit 7 home runs that year. It's kind of an off year. He finished 19th in the MVP voting. He was an all-star. Oh, yeah. That was his second gold glove, too. His first came in 1960. 1960, 1961, 1962. 1963. 1964, 1965, 1966, 1967, 1968, 1969, 1970, 1971, 1972, 1973. Hey, 1974. Hey, why not? 1975. All gold gloves. Hard to argue with that one, ain't it, folks? It's hard to argue with that. Now let's talk Brooks in the postseason. Brooks postseason, 1966 World Series versus the Dodgers. Baltimore wins the series 4-0. 1969, the American League Championship Series versus the Twins. Baltimore sweeps that series 3-0. Unfortunately, that year they played the Miracle Mets in the World Series. Baltimore loses that series 4-3. We're going to look inside his numbers right now. Here we go, 1970 American League Championship Series versus the Twins again. Baltimore wins, like I said again, 3-0. They had that 9-0 stretch. They were 9-0 in American League Championships. And then where we at, and they went into the World Series. Baltimore won that 4-1 of the Reds. 1971 American League Championship versus Oakland. Baltimore sweeps them. That was the last of their run for the 9-0. And that year they played the Pirates. Pirates had their number because the Pirates beat them later. 79, they would beat them again. So that was their only stumbling block was the Pirates. But yeah, in the World Series, the Pirates won the series 4 games to 3. 1973 American League Championship again. Baltimore loses 3 games to 2 versus Oakland. 1974, we're back in the American League Championship again against the Oakland A's, and you're not beating the Oakland A's in 73, 74, 75. Yeah, they won that series 3 games to 1. So let's see how the boy did. He played 39 postseason games, had 156 plate appearances, 145 at bats, 17 runs scored, 44 hits, 8 doubles, no triples, 5 homers, 21 RBIs. No stolen bases, got caught twice, walked 6 times, struck out 9. His postseason batting average was .303, 323 on base, 462 slug, 785 OPS, 67 total bases, grounded into 3 double plays, no hit by pitches, 1 sacrifice hit, 4 sacrifice flies, and 1 intentional walk. His defense in the 39 games, 350 innings, 145 chances, 39 putouts, 102 assists, 5 double plays. There you go, folks, for 972, man. So he comes in on both ends and smears it. Career, 971. Postseason, why not? 972 it. It's all there, man. Just amazing numbers for this guy. This kid, he was the real deal at third base. Again, the numbers are just phenomenal. Just phenomenal numbers. Brooks Robinson was an absolute beast. An absolute beast. One thing all these guys have in common, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where you would start a contract with any of these guys. I really don't. I don't even know where you would start. You might see if you can buy a state and divide it up for them. You know, all the owners chip in. I don't know. Pick a state. Pick a state, move everybody out, move all these guys in. There you go. There's your contract. Live there for the rest of your life. Free. All right. Brooks Robinson. Absolute beast. I think it would be hard to argue with me there. This guy is the real deal at third, man. Brooks Robinson. Man, that's a nice shot of Brooks right there. All right, we're going to move on to our third and final third baseman for, I don't know, he's at third. Third base. Phenomenal numbers. Okay, hold on. Now, you thought he had numbers. This guy was the complete, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how I'm going to, this guy was a complete package of a baseball player. All right, I'm just going to put it at that. I'm going to put his picture up. I'll just put his picture up. You'll know exactly where we're going with this one. This guy, I don't know. This guy, one thing this guy definitely knew how to do was eat chicken before every game. Wade Boggs, third baseman, Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. One thing I can guarantee you, folks, you're not going to see any pictures of Wade Boggs in a Boston Red Sox uniform. Pictures provided courtesy of the New York Yankees, where he won World Championship. Thank you. End of argument. Fuck you, Boston. All right, let's get Wade's numbers up there. Boom, Wade Boggs. He's a big boy. I didn't know he was this big. I didn't know he was 6'2", 190. That's a big sumbitch right there. Omaha, Nebraska, no less. 1982 to 1992, he played for the Red Sox. 1993 to 1997, thank you for making sense and coming to New York and winning a championship. 1998 to 1999, he played with the Devil Rays. 2,439 games. 10,740 plate appearances, 9,180 at bats, 1,513 runs. Okay, here we go, folks. 3,010 hits, 3,010 hits, 578 doubles, 61 triples, 118 home runs, 1,014 RBIs, 24 stolen bases, 35 caught, 1,412 walks, 745 strikeouts, 328 batting average. I'm done. 4,064 total bases, 236 grounded into double plays, 23 sacrifice bunts, 96 sacrifice flies, 180 intentional walks, which is really surprising to me. Now with the glove, 2,285 games, 1,946, 67 in the third innings, 66, 51 chances, 4,304 assists, 232 errors, 472 double plays, for a 965 fielding, 18. Now, he comes under that with the glove, but did you see the amount of chances? The amount of chances, the amount of innings and chances. Did you see those numbers? That's why he hit below that line. But I'll take Wade Boggs at third any day. Why not, man? Why not? How could you not, man? This guy was a fucking hitting machine. Absolute machine. Let's see how Wade did in the postseason. So these should be interesting numbers for the postseason. My favorite shot. Bam. That's my favorite shot of Wade Boggs right there, man. I'd love to know where that cop is today, how he's feeling. The horse is still alive. There's a lot of questions in that photo, but I'll tell you what. That, my friends, is a champion. Let's see how he did in the postseason. Wade Boggs, postseason, 1986 American League Championship versus California Angels. The Red Sox win that series 4-3. Folks, that was one of the greatest American League Championship series I ever watched. That year they played the cocaine-driven New York Mets, and they lost. Apparently, New York had the better cocaine than Boston. Lost that series 4-3. 1988 American League Championship versus the A's. Oakland wins that series 4-0. 1990 American League Championship versus Oakland. The A's win again, 4-0. In 1995, he decided to win a championship. So he came to the New York Yankees. In the American League Division Series versus Seattle, the Yankees lose. 3-2. Oh, man, bummer. 1996 American League Division Championship against the Texas Rangers that year. The Yankees win that series 3-1. American League Championship Series versus Baltimore. The Yankees won 4-1. And then in the World Series versus Atlanta, the Yankees win 4-2. 1997 American League Division Series versus Cleveland, and the Yankees lost that year, 3-2. There was a lot going on in that series, man. Paul O'Neill had that 7 RBI game in that series. That was a tough loss against Cleveland that year. His defense in the postseason: 38 games, 323 innings. 98 chances, 31 putouts, 65 assists, 2 errors, 9 double plays. Comes in the postseason with a 980. This guy was solid at third, no doubt about it. MVP voting, 9 times, 4th in 1985. 240 hits, batted .368. I know you were going to ask who won the MVP that year. There you go. Don Mattingly won the MVP with 145 RBIs. Forget what he batted, 320 something. His numbers were impressive enough to win it that year. That was definitely a good year for Mattingly. But there you go, folks. Wade Boggs ends our third baseman. I don't know. He's a third. But yeah, Wade Boggs brings an end to the third baseman classics that I bought. That I presented tonight. Sorry, I didn't buy them. That I brought to you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, man, because that's a lot of in-depth numbers. That's a lot of in-depth research to bring it. Presentation, I'm sure it was fine. I hope you appreciated it. Live chat, if you're here, if you're watching, just put in the comment what the gas prices are where you're at. That's all I want to know. And hit the thumbs up. It helps. All right. So if you're here and you're watching and you're digging, please hit the thumbs up for me. We'll take a quick break and then we'll close out. But yeah. Oh, and like I was saying about paying attention to the postseason numbers, as you could see, a couple guys there were kind of weak and didn't perform very well during the postseason. Other guys stepped it up. We see how a couple guys stepped it up with the glove and the bat, and we see how some guys stepped it up with the glove. Hey, defense wins championships no matter what you're looking at, right? We all agree with that.
Oh, look, it's break time.
Hey, it's break time. Break time. All right, let's get on with it here. Come on now.
Ow!
The one constant through all the years has been baseball.
There you go. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. So, like I was saying with the postseason, we seen how the numbers. So, even though guys are absolutely lights out, phenomenal, all the way around, glove, bat, and everything else. So some guys just can't bring it in the postseason. But we've seen in this case where guys stepped it up one way or another. So they were either a little weak with the numbers at the bat, really good with the glove, a little weak with the glove and good with the numbers. But like Wade Boggs here, solid both ways, all the way around. And of course, Brooks Robinson, without a doubt. Everything speaks for himself as far as I'm concerned with that one. His numbers are just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, all right, what are we doing here? All right, no comments? I thought we'd definitely get a comment. Now you got to stare at her. I can't do that to you. Fuck that. I can't do that to you. I can't do that to you.
Are you nuts?
Yeah, fucking putting her picture up probably lost everybody. Hey, we're going to break it down for you, too. We're going to probably throw another show in there while I'm talking about it. We're going to probably throw another show in there, and we're going to break down what America's doing right now, because I think they're all fucking nuts, personally. And if you know of Veteran Biker, his podcast on YouTube and Rumble, Veteran Biker, I was on that show today. I phoned in, and you could see me with my comments. Yep. So, I just want to make sure I covered everything. I didn't miss nothing. Nope, didn't miss nothing. Q. Go back here. Let's put something up there. All right. Yeah, we're going to get on out of here again. I hope you enjoyed the show. Leave a comment on it. Mystery Yankee and third baseman. I don't know. He's on third. There you go. And the next one up will be who? Who's on first? Exactly. Who's on first? Tune into the next Third Floor podcast show of Mystery Yankee and, like I said, who's on first? You'll find out. 4 more ball players coming up with just as much in-depth research, if not more. And like I said, we still got right. We're going to do the outfield a different way. I'm going to do the outfield probably 2 shows. We'll split it in half somehow, figure it out. But we still got shortstop. And we still got the catcher to do. We already covered second. We covered third. We're covering first next. And then we'll probably move to the outfield and then back into close out the infield and then back out to the outfield and close it out with catchers. I can't wait to get into catchers. But first baseman, tune in because, again, you never know who I'm going to pop up on here. But you can guarantee that they'll all be, it's like I said, I keep it fair. I keep it all together. I try to show you everything that these guys have in common. Like tonight, we seen everybody was 2,000 hits. We have one guy with 3,000 hits. I mean, the numbers are there. Like I said, all high innings played, major at bats, incredible. It just everybody's numbers were fucking phenomenal, man, all the way down. I mean, Eddie Matthews 512 home runs, I think it was, just phenomenal numbers. But we got that on all and that and more. We got that and more, like I said. So I want you to tune in again. Just like I said, hit the follow and you'll know when we're coming on. Hit the sub on YouTube and you'll know when we're coming on. Hit the notify bell. Hit the thumbs up, people. Please hit the fucking thumbs up. You're here. Might as well hit the thumbs up. Might as well subscribe. Might as well follow. You're here, hanging out, getting high, chilling, having fun, talking baseball, going crazy. Get me going. Just put the words Juan Soto in comment. Just comment Juan Soto. I'll go fucking bananas. So, all right, folks, we're going to get on out of here. Again, I appreciate everybody for showing up and tuning in. If you're watching on replay, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Numbers are really increasing on YouTube and getting a lot better on Rumble. That stuff is potent. So like I said, you're here, hit the like, please. Put a comment in there, man. It only takes a second. I mean, you're already here. See, while you're watching me, you could have been done and everything, waiting for me to finish. So I'm going to finish right now. Done. Okay. All right. Now, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Again, please hit the like, hit the sub, hit the follow. If you can donate to the show, go in the links. There's plenty there for you. W Energy Inc., Reaper Apparel, all the savings are in there. Links to help the show. My wife's custom handbags. Bowser Bro painting. That's everybody, folks. All right. Until the next time, who's on first? Exactly. Tune into the next time on the Third Floor Podcast when we bring you Mr. Yankee and who's on first. I don't know. Tune in and find out. Peace, people. Love you.